Welcome to the Stealing Insights YouTube channel. Welcome to the day 2 of the Excel tutorial series. Just a brief recap of what we've done before. You remember in the previous worksheet, we spoke about some aspects of the Excel interface, the basic components that are in an Excel sheet, the ribbon, the cells. I spoke about the home, the insert, the page layout, the formulas. All of these are embedded in the ribbon, the review, the view, the help. Though there are intrinsic or there are specific things that are inside each of all of these ribbon, which we'll be using as time goes on. Now for the day 2, we'll be focusing on creating and saving a workbook. And how do we go about creating a workbook? That's what we'll be focusing on today. I've taught us how to open up a blank workbook, which is actually before us presently. And this blank workbook will be trying to work on, we'll create some data and see how we can work with them as time goes on. Now, if you have a workbook like this and you want to open a new one, is that you come to File, Open, and you get a new one. Like you come to File, this is a blank workbook, you can just click it and you get that. Alternatively, you can just do Control N, Control plus N, Control N. What I'm pressing presently is Control N. If you do Control N, it will give you a new page, and it's not limited to Microsoft Excel alone. Every Word document, every Microsoft document can also do the same. When you're working with your Microsoft Word, you can also do Control N. So you can use that to get a new workbook instantly without having a need to go through the file and to get things done in that way. Let's just quickly do a little one. So I'll be using, let's say, food, then then let's use price, the current price of those food in the market. So let's say bread for now. Bread is about 1,005. Let's say rice. Let's say rice is about 4,000 per Congo, if that's still obtainable in the market. Beans is around 4.5. Spaghetti is around 1.30. Granite oil is around, let's just say the small bottle, probably 3.5. Then palm oil 2.5. So now you realize that each of these is talking about price. Now what I did in the previous one is just to move this icon on this worksheet in which I moved. So the alternative way you can just review what is under this borderline is to take this cursor to the borderline there, then double click. Once you double click it, it expands it and gives you this. In order to make this thing more better, you can just highlight the rule. I spoke about rule from the class 1, from the day 1 class, and you click on the bold. Though the shortcut is Ctrl B, but for now we are not going through shortcut. You click on bold in order to bolding and to specialize that. You can as well decide to number what you've written by clicking on insert. Insert means you are creating a new cell behind it. So now this new cell, you can just make your SN means serial number. Then you can just write it number 1, then 2, then this one too. You notice I highlighted this by pressing the shift down, or you just click on this, hold on the mouse, and you've highlighted. You've Okay, that's what just happened. I will explain later, but you can just hold your shift down, then click on this and either drag down to this place in order for you to get your numbers, or let me do something else. Let me Ctrl Z and just take the cursor to those points and double click. Then it gives you the download of everything. What I did just now is that I also double click just the way I've spoken about it before. So now at this point, you realize that we've just created the data, and in order for this data to also be fine, these prices, we can decide to give them, to separate them to be in comma in order for us to ease the way. Okay, let me use the current. At least rice for now should be like 84,000 or 90 something thousand. Let's say 90,000 per bag. Now beans is around 90 87,000. Okay, because I want to separate with a comma, that's why I'm changing that price. The spaghetti is now 21,005 per carton. Granite oil is 60,000 for 25 liters. Then this one, I'm not too sure of the palm oil. So all I just want to achieve is the comma that I want to separate with. So if you just click on this and look at this comma sign here, and you click, it gives you this figure in a way that you can easily read it. But one thing you need to be at the back of your mind is that now that you are having decimal here, it can also create a confusion easily. Is not necessary, because there is no price that was listed that carries a cover or something. So you can as well click on this in order to eliminate the decimal point. It eliminates the first one, you click on it again, it eliminates the second one, and that's, you've actually created the data here. And this data that you've created, you can easily save them. You remember from this beginning of this, we spoke about creating a data, saving and naming them with different formats. So in order to save this data, you can use several means. Number one, you can click on this save icon. When you click on the save icon on the quick toolbar, remember I spoke about the quick toolbar. So you click on the save icon, you come to save, and when you come to save, you browse where you are saving to, and I'm saving as Excel class D2. So now please note, once I click on save, it means it creates that data automatically on the system, Excel class D2. So this Excel class D2, I can also save by using file instead of going through the quick toolbar. If I click on file, you'll see two options just the way you saw the other time, save and save as. Save is majorly for you to save the document for the first time, in which subsequently you can as well save by just clicking the icon. It updates what you have previously saved. But if you want to save a different thing entirely for a file that is not a new file, this save that will click the other time, if you click on save now again, it won't take us through what the route it took us through before. It will just update what has been done. That's all it will do. But if you need to save these documents, you want to save a copy of this document, you don't want the changes that is going to be done to affect it, or you want to make changes to what has been done before through something else. Maybe let me just use dots to separate it. So now this one now can be saved as dot. Despite the fact that they are even having the same content here, but they are two different files. This is, look at this top, Excel class day2 dot. Is different from the previous one that was saved. Now, I also want us to see that we can save with different formats. I mean, an Excel can be saved with different formats. When you click down this save as type, you will realize that we can save an Excel as PDF. You can even save an Excel as 97 to 2003 workbook. What that means is that there are times whereby the person that will need to access that file does not have access to Microsoft Excel or suits of the recent years that you're having access to. So if you save as Excel 97 to 2003, let's try that. It's going to reduce the things that you actually, in terms of the quality of what you are work done, but the opportunity is going to grant to the person that is having the lower Excel version to be able to access it. But if you just share this file with someone that is having a lower version, the person will not be able to access it. So that's just the limitation there. But now this is Excel in 2003. If we go to our download, you'll be able to see from our download that this is, look at this icon here. This is for 2019 that I'm using, while this is 2003. You see that it's different from the every other ones that has been previously saved. Now, another thing that I also want to bring to our attention is that we can also save this as PDF. So when you click on the save as icon and you browse, you can also save as PDF. So let me save this as PDF. So when you decide to save this as PDF, you come to the download. Look at this. Now, once you click on save, you realize that it will open it in PDF format. Now, when you check on this, you realize that it's not well arranged. Price on the left, this on the right. Though this one, even the serial number, the numbers are on the right, and every other thing. You can as well come to Excel to align it. You can just come here, highlight everything, then you can decide to align left. When you align left, what you are seeing is, you can see this, so you've aligned the serial number to all come to the left. Now, if you check the price here now, the price is already aligned left. I mean the name there, but yeah, the price now have aligned right alongside the details of the numbers that has been written. Now, another thing I would love us to also see from here is that, let me increase this. Now, I want to work on this column. For this column that is wild, I want to just use it to explain things, this three alignments. You can align to the top, you can align to the middle, you can align to the bottom. But those things will not work or will not make any difference because this cell is not wild, it's not white. Now, another thing is that when you check the PDF that was opened, you realize that there is nothing that shows boundary here. So we can easily just put a borderline on all of these things by first highlighting. How do you highlight? You click on the first cell, then you drag. When you drag to where you want to cover, then you remove your hand. Now you click on that icon down, then you click all borders. All borders will cover all the borders. If you click on bottom border, only the bottom under palm oil will be done. If you click on top border, only the top of the serial number, food and price. If you click on left border beside the numbers, the right border beside the price. But all I want is for everything to be covered. Now you can see the difference. So now for me to now save as PDF, I just want you to see the difference. Yeah, let me replace what is there before. Okay, so let me just add one more dot. Now look at it. This is more better than this in terms of the way it is being arranged. When you present the data in this format, it's better. I mean, when you are incorporating it into a PDF compared to this, though we'll still have more things to discuss about the tabulation of your data in several ways that will even be more better than what you're seeing on screen. So as I promise, the classes will be short in order not to bore you and in order to enhance the manner at which you get your attention. So another thing is, for the last one, is that you can as well close your Excel by either clicking a shortcut or just going through the file. When you go through the file, you can just come here to close, and you've closed your Excel. Now you realize that it gave us a notification that do you want to save the Excel date, then you say yes, and that's all. Now this is another Excel that we're having, so we'll use another thing to close this. You can also use Ctrl W to close this. So what I'm pressing now is Ctrl W, and it gives us this. That do we want to save? Let me say no. So then that's gone. Now there is another Excel sheet that is still open. One thing is that if you want to exit anything, not just on Microsoft Excel, you can use Alt F4. That's another shortcut. By using Alt F4, I've just exited that Excel. Thank you for listening to this class. I appreciate you, and just keep up with us as we'll be exposing and expounding on more insightful knowledge from on Excel on this Excel series. Thank you. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. From Distilling Insight, we say thank you. Bye bye.